How's it going, guys? Hope you're having a great day. I am absolutely dead. I just did 25 minutes on the Stairmaster. Now, I have never done longer than 15 minutes before, so 25 minutes for me was a massive jump, and I feel like I've lost this much water out of my body in the last 25 minutes. I'm dead. I'm gonna have something to eat now, make a protein shake, head back home. It's about 5. It's 6 o'clock right now. It's 6 o'clock. I'm gonna head back, prep my food for tonight and the next day, because I only prepped enough food for half the day this morning because I didn't defrost enough chicken, but I'm gonna do the rest of today's food and tomorrow's food. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Till the day I die.
Right, so just got back from the gym. Sorry if my voice sounds real like clogged up and my nose sounds blocked. I do have hay fever. I've suffered with hay fever since like, I don't know, I was like 4 years old. Like, I've always had hay fever, and I hoped that eventually it would go. Like, I think 2 years ago I didn't have it that bad, and I was like, yes, it's gone. But then last year and then this year it's back. So I'm gonna have to deal with it. It's the worst thing in the world. I don't deal with it, like my eyes don't get bad. I just have like a really runny nose and like a blocked nose. So sometimes I am gonna sound ill when I'm vlogging. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of it, but I don't know, I'm just about to get in the shower, and then I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be doing, like food-wise, and what I'm going to be prepping and having like today and tomorrow. The coolest thing just happened. I was just like putting stuff away like around like the kettle and stuff, like around this area. Like there's like the coffee maker, and the kettle was there, but it's basically broken. What happened was there's like water around this part, and like I touched the water and you got this like static tingling from it. It was crazy. Like I thought it was an electric shock at first, but then I like, out of interest, I touched it again, and then again, and then again, and it kept on like tingling, and then I touched my mum, and she got a shock from it, and I just thought it was pretty cool. Right guys, so I just got out of the shower. I'm already in my PJs. It's only 8 o'clock, but you know what? I'm not doing anything else tonight, so I'm just like chilling out. I'm ready for bed basically, but I'm only prepping food tonight and just like probably watching some YouTube videos, answering emails, that kind of thing. But someone commented in my last video, and they was like, do you prep your own food, or do you get a company to send you the food? So I thought this time, like usually I do like an edit over food, like a 20-30 second edit of me prepping my food, but this time I thought I'd do things differently and actually explain how I prep my food and like the little things that I've learned over the years of prepping food. So let's do it. Every single night after I finish prepping food, I get chicken out to defrost for the next day. Now what I do is I put 5 chicken breasts at a bag at a time, and I sprinkle a load of spices in it so it marinates overnight. There's one defrosted over there to cook for tonight, but these are the seasonings that I use. It's called jerk seasoning. It's basically a mix of like Jamaican spices. I mean, you can use different ones. You don't have to get this one, but if I don't have any of this, I'll just like pick a bunch of random spices and just like mix them all together. And 9 times out of 10, it's gonna taste good anyway. Now, usually it takes about 6 hours to defrost your chicken. So what I do is I basically leave it overnight. Like I get it out the night before, and then it's defrosted for the morning, so I can prep my food in the morning. But this is defrosted now. Now there's loads of different ways you can cook your chicken, but recently I've just been putting it on a baking tray. I'm putting it in the oven for 25 minutes on 200 degrees Celsius, and it comes out perfect. But when I first started prepping my food, I used to cook it in a frying pan, and like I'd always burn it, or the chicken would end up being really dry. And my mum would prep my chicken. I'd be like, Mum, how do you make my chicken so like nice and tender and like moist and like not dry? Like every time I cook it, it's horrible. But she was like, put it in the oven. Or there's another way you can do it. Basically, like you put the chicken inside tinfoil, you wrap the tinfoil really tight, put it in the oven for 25 minutes again, and it marinates in all like the chicken juices, and it comes out even softer. But it's a bit messy putting the chicken in the tinfoil, so I just found this way a lot easier. Okay, first you want to preheat your oven on 200 degrees Celsius and leave it for about 20 minutes to get up to temperature, and then you can put your chicken in. All right, so now the oven's on 200 degrees, we're gonna put the chicken in and get started on the rice, the sweet potato, and the vegetables. Okay, so all you want to do is grab the bag and make sure it doesn't spill anywhere. And then like slit the bag open. So just cut it open. And then tip all the chicken out. You kind of want all these juices, so like squeeze them out of the bag, because it just makes the chicken nicer. Make sure the chicken's all spread apart so it cooks evenly. And then put it in for 25 minutes. And then it'll be done. All right, now for the rice, we're not cooking uncooked rice today, but you can use normal rice. Usually, we only have white rice left, but usually I buy like a big bag of basmati rice. But for this, what you'll do is, you want to put it in the saucepan for about 15-20 minutes, bring it to the boil, and then let it simmer for a few more minutes, and then your rice should be good. But we're using the packets today because I'm lazy. All right, so we've got 2 packets of whole grain Tilda basmati rice, and then you put these in the microwave for 2 minutes, and they're done. Right now for the sweet potato. Usually every serving of sweet potato on my low carb days is 220 grams, but then every other serving on Wednesday and Sunday, my high carb days, is 300 grams. All right, now when you're cooking your sweet potato, all you want to do is pierce the skin a few times and then put it in the microwave for around 8 minutes, depending on how big it is. If it's a lot bigger than the average sweet potato, put it in for like 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes, especially if you're putting more than one in at a time. But usually I'll put it in for like 8 minutes. Think of the sweet potatoes out. Ow, oh my God, why do I do this? Any normal person would like leave them in there for a little bit to cool down, but I love a challenge. All right, now without a doubt, my favorite vegetables to use are spinach and green beans. Now, a lot of people use broccoli, but I have never ever liked broccoli. So you can just use spinach and green beans. But like ever since the age of like 2 years old, my mom would always try and give me broccoli to include greens into my diet. But I would just never like it. Like, I don't know, if it's touching my tongue, I just gag. Like, I just can't stand broccoli. All right, so all my meals are finally done. We have 180 grams of chicken in every single one of these. Usually I'll have 180 grams of either mince, and another one will be 225 grams of fish, but we don't have any fish or any turkey mince right now. So we're gonna have to make do with the chicken. We have a handful of veg in each tub, 55 grams of basmati rice and 220 grams of sweet potato. But like I said, in my high carb days, I have 300 grams. All right, so my batch is done red, but there's a few things that I want to run through before I end this video, and that's basically one, how to cook fish. An easy way to cook fish, you don't have to do it in the frying pan. You can just get a microwavable dish, put the fish in the microwavable dish, put a little bit of water over it, put cling film over it, make sure it's tightly sealed, and then put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and then the fish will be done all the way through. And mince, you can just put mince in the frying pan and just cook it like chicken, like it's easy to cook. Now prep can be hard. You might not like the food in your diet, like you might not like green vegetables, you might not like chicken, you might not like sweet potato, you might not like fish, but if you get a selection of sauces that you love, like if you watch any of my videos, you'll know that I have a good selection of sauces, because yeah, prep's hard. I hate green vegetables, like I don't enjoy them, but with sauces, it just makes life a lot easier, it makes the food more enjoyable, and especially if you find like one that you love, then eventually, even without the sauces, you'll grow to like the food anyway, because your taste buds change to that food. And the last thing is, prep can be very, very expensive, but if you either make a deal with the local butcher and like make sure that you're continuing to get the chicken or the meat off that person, they'll probably do you a deal, or you can go to a meat market, which is what I do, and basically just buy all your meat in bulk at one time for the next like month. And then what you can do is you can weigh it all out, put it in individual freezer bags, put it in the freezer, and then get it out the night before that you need it. And that makes prep a lot easier. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I was looking for the comments in my last video because I was really struggling for an idea of like what to make my video for today, because I had basically really bad vlog block. But thanks to you guys, I come up with a video idea, and I hope this helps you out. But I think that's the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.